to High Five Wrestling. I'm the host, Cavalier of the YWC, DW.
And I am the guy that watched most of SmackDown, Chicago Ted.
Alright, so fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and intro all the matches since I was kind of in and out of this one. So Daniel Bryan comes
That's
out.
what she said.
Oh, yeah. So Daniel Bryan comes to address the crowd. He talks about AJ. He's talking about how...
That was me almost throwing up over Daniel Bryan and AJ.
Yeah, so he's Daniel Bryan talking about how he's going to actually hurt Big Show, and it's kind of just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird that Michael Cole likes Big Show.
Yeah, Michael Cole defending a babyface and turning heel, still hating on Daniel Bryan. Must have put him in a compromising position to have him like that, since he seems to love all the heels pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a segment I watched, so I can give a little bit of opinion on it. I thought it was okay. I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble match, which we'll get to eventually. But next thing was...
it was Cody Rhodes versus Hornswoggle in a Player's Choice match. Okay. Justin Gabriel interrupts the match to save Hornswoggle, which I personally think Hornswoggle could have pulled off the big upset. The match becomes Cody Rhodes versus Justin Gabriel.
Thank God.
I was excited. I was ready to root for the green underdog again.
No, this is something that I've watched, and I don't know. Justin Gabriel on the mic. What was up with his hair? And
why don't you pick on somebody your own size? Pause. Like me.
It's all like, I guess he took Zack Ryder's advice of spiking his hair or something. That was weird.
It's because that car rolled over Zack Ryder.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Don't know why we high-fived that.
We high-five everything.
Cody Rhodes versus Justin Gabriel. Decent back and forth. Cody Rhodes ends up getting the pinfall victory.
Yeah, as it should be. Maybe we'll eventually see Gabriel codes.
Break the code.
Maybe we'll see Rhodes and Gabriel have some kind of feud, and because
that'd be interesting.
Rhodes can't have the title forever.
Yeah, and you could move Rhodes off the title or
off the mid card and put him in the main event.
Wade Barrett versus Cody Rhodes for the title would be a pretty good matchup, I think. Be a pretty decent feud. It would take Randy Orton out just long enough that he wouldn't get John Cena style hated.
Yeah. So who would be the heel, or who'd be the face of that?
Oh yeah, that's right. They're both heels. Didn't think that one through.
I'd say Wade Barrett.
You think Wade Barrett?
Yeah.
They're both doing really good though.
Yeah. So let's not. Yeah. We can get for some
Well, I promise to start thinking before I speak. Epico and Primo versus the Usos in a tag team tornado match.
Yeah. It was actually a pretty good match. It's fun to see a tag team tornado, and we actually get to see the tag team featured this week because they're not out smoking pot before the show. So what'd you think?
We're looking at you. I don't remember his name now. Evan Bourne. We're looking at you, Evan Bourne.
Nigga. All right.
Two of the whitest guys ever. This is off to a great start. 3 mistakes. Oh God.
All right. So I thought it was actually a really, really pretty good match. They were definitely showcasing their skills, and it can show you that even though
I didn't watch it.
It can show that they have a little bit of freedom in there because that wasn't WWE. That was them being.
It was decent, but like I said, I didn't watch most of it because not a big fan of tag team matches. I was busy doing something else, and then I turned around and it was over.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make any excuses.
Well, I think the ending was kind of silly. Like it was a good match, and you expect the Usos to kind of pick up a little bit, kind of, I guess, of an upset, because
they almost pulled what looked like the Bella Twins, but less sneaky. When the Bella Twins sneak each other out.
I expected the Usos to win, but then Epico and Primo kind of just pulled it out just last second. So.
The Usos winning. That's a good joke.
Brodus
Clay versus Vicky Guerrero in a dance-off. I hadn't eaten to this point, and I almost threw up, so I skipped part of it.
And I skipped it too.
Which is shocking, because you love Vicky Guerrero and Brodus Clay. What happened there? Why did you skip it?
I didn't get that far. So what'd you think?
I thought that when Vicky Guerrero said she jiggles when she walks, I almost threw up. So I fast forwarded to where William Regal came out. Nice to see William Regal back out. Doesn't look a day older than when he left, you know.
Well, that's not saying a lot. But William Regal, he's a great wrestler, and it's good to see him back.
I didn't appreciate him back in the when he was on TV, and now that he's on a little bit more, I appreciate him a little bit more.
Yeah, he's just one of the great mid-card guys, you know. And I think that it's gonna be interesting seeing, maybe if nothing else.
Well, he danced, and then Brodus Clay smashed him.
Yeah.
And then, somebody better call his mama. Like, that's going to be a catchphrase for a pull toy Brodus Clay action figure someday. You're going to, like, throw it at some kid's face, and you go, oh, and then you pull the string, and it's like, somebody call his mama.
Okay, I admit the promo may have been a little bit too silly for its own good. But, hey, William Regal's back.
Maybe he's back. Maybe he's just, you know, last time JBL was back, he was supposed to referee a match, you know.
Oh, well, we'll see.
It ended up being Austin.
Well, hopefully he's back. Okay, so the next thing
Wade
was
Barrett versus Sheamus in a tables match.
Yep.
Stole it from you. Wade Barrett put Sheamus through a table with the help of a Jinder Mahal distraction. One of these things is not like the other.
Exactly. Like, he doesn't fit in at all. He's like the jobber of the SmackDown versus two guys that are up.
And what happened to the Ted DiBiase Jinder Mahal feud? Oh, one match and it's over. Sorry, folks. Closing the doors.
These are like three guys that are just stuck in limbo in SmackDown, just randomly going in feuds that don't make any sense at all.
SmackDown.
But hey, at least Wade Barrett came up with the win, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So Ted DiBiase versus Hunico in a flag match. I didn't watch.
This is as Josh Matthews. I'd like to call him Josh Hamilton. Don't ask me why. Josh Matthews said this was the first ever SmackDown flag match. Just a little bit of stuff, a little bit of trivia there for you. DiBiase won. It was an alright match. Nothing to write home about because stamps are so expensive. I'd call somebody about it for like 30 seconds and then ask what they were up to.
Yeah, so...
Nothing really to talk about here.
Yeah, I thought... You know,
I thought you didn't watch it.
Okay, I'm glad DiBiase won. I don't want to see Hunico win anything. Next match. Which is Santino
bicycle.
Santino Marella.
You can ride on my back. I'll ride it out there.
Okay.
I'll save you from Compton or wherever they're from.
All right, thanks.
Santino Marella versus Drew McIntyre in a blindfold match. Drew McIntyre cheated and still lost. How depressing is that? To Santino Marella, who was trying to save his job. This is just sad.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch that.
The player, you're going to be fired if you don't win 2 matches ago. And you're still here. So why don't you have another match before I fire you? And you lose to Santino again.
I like Drew McIntyre, but maybe they just need to fire him.
Oh, Teddy, whatever. You won't forget it. Drew McIntyre.
So
I lose every match.
Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan in a Lumberjack World Heavyweight title match.
The match ends up in a draw because Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, and a couple other Lumberjacks started beating up on Daniel Bryan and Mark Henry, and it turned out to an all-out Royal Rumble in the ring. Yeah. Daniel Bryan, D-bag, snuck away, like the little bitch he is.
D-bag to get us our call?
Well, D-Brad's in my top 5. Well, D-bag's in my bottom 5. Take that, Booker. So as he's sneaking away, Teddy Long's like, "What was that, player?" And he's like, "What was that?" With, as much authority as he could command in that little 120 weasel-looking body, voice of his. He's like, "All right, player. I'm not going to give you a match to run away. At the Rumble, you're defending against Mark Henry and Big Show inside a steel cage." So that set up a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title against both the Giants in a steel cage match at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, so
as it fades to black.
So it's going to be interesting to see. That means that Big Show and Mark Henry probably, if nothing else, they probably won't have that great of a showing in the Rumble if they do participate.
I don't think they will.
So we'll see, because it's
It'll be interesting to see
30 people in there this year.
The only Brodus, I guarantee Brodus Clay ends up out there but doesn't do anything.
I wonder who's going to get eliminated by.
If he does come out, anybody, Santino Marella maybe. He's a joke character. I mean, he's just, as big as he is.
No, it would be good for a heel.
I mean, I don't think he's going to come out there and instantly get eliminated. I think he's going to, be grabbed on a couple times and he's going to act gay, but I don't think he's going to eliminate anybody.
Yeah. So, but it'll be good for a heel to get heat.
Over Brodus Clay?
Yeah, I think just to eliminate him because he's kind of getting over.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what do you rate this? Or I'll go ahead and go first since
go ahead.
Since I was watching bits and pieces. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
Middle of the road for a man that only watched 1/4 of it.
I would say.
Oh, what? It's
I would say
tearing in
2.
such weird pieces. Whatever. I'll give it a 6 just to up you. You're ripping your script. That's mine. I'd give it a 6.
6 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
No real reason. There was nothing really memorable about it, which is sad because they used the roulette wheel that I like so much to pick different, match variants.
Hey, maybe you know what? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Oksana, she's pretty hot. Rosa Mendez, she's pretty hot. I got to see both of those those hotties, those fine honeys. And you know what? Ba 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 ba. I'm loving it.
Get out of here.
All right,
We're not getting paid for that, so don't do it anymore.
So we've been High Five Wrestling. Comment, rate, subscribe, and high five you later.